Hi, everyone. Dr. Justin Golson here. And in this lecture, we're going to take a step further and go into DeFi Llama. Now, in the first module, we went through Arkham Intelligence, where you can essentially see the on-chain activity at the individual level. What DeFi Llama does is it provides you with a higher level overview of the overall market, right? There's a number of different valuable tools on DeFi Llama. We're going to go through just a few of them, but at a high level, you can actually see how the overall market overview from a fintech perspective, from a cryptocurrency and blockchain perspective. So you can see as of today, we have $111 billion locked across all chains. Now, from a visualization perspective, you can see although Bitcoin hit an all-time high today, the overall market has yet to hit all-time highs of November 2021, where it was roughly $1.56 billion in total value locked. So although Bitcoin has hit an all-time high, the overall market is still essentially lagging. And I normally go into DeFi Llama every day just to see where we're at. So for example, from a daily perspective, might take a while because it's pulling a lot of data. You would actually be able to see that to say, okay, where are we tracking from a weekly standpoint? You can also break it down. You could also break it down by chain. So I could also break it down by Ethereum to see where we're at from a market cap perspective as compared to the week or the month, as well as Solana, Tron, and so on. So this is very, very, very helpful if you want to understand from a overall market perspective. Um, within FinTech, you have different protocols. So similar to in TradFi and traditional finance, you have different banks. So you have Bank of America, you have Wells Fargo, right? It's the same thing as this. So you could see Lido could be Bank of America, Aave could be Wells Fargo, and they're competing for total value locked. So in TradFi, it's almost like, okay, we're competing to get as many individuals to deposit into your savings account as possible. That's kind of the similarities to it between TradFi and DeFi. So again, on DeFi Llama, you can view all that information from a protocol perspective or a bank perspective. You can view it that way. Um, Also, I gotta move this presentation. Give me a second here. Also, you have different categories that you can view. So similar to how the stock market has, the healthcare sector, the tech sector, the manufacturing sector. You have different sectors or different categories in DeFi and in DeFi and in FinTech as well. So you can see this one category is up 100%, 166%. You have some prediction markets. So that one is up because the prediction markets they generated a lot of revenue during the election. So you could actually wager on who was going to win the presidency, Kamala Harris or Donald Trump. So that's why these prediction markets are still up. And because people went in there in those prediction markets to vote on the presidency, to vote on the Mike Tyson event the last weekend. Those prediction markets are still reaping those rewards, if you will. Okay. Same thing for real world assets. So BlackRock is big on real world assets. People are speculating that BlackRock is still going to make investments. That's why that particular category is up. Solana, there's a lot of activity on Solana, so that's why that particular activity is up. And because Bitcoin hit all-time high, that's why that activity is up, in terms of market cap. So once again, on a day-by-day basis, a weekly basis, you can go on DeFi Llama and see which categories are performing based on market conditions, based on user sentiment. Okay. Also, another excellent feature is so centralized exchange. So SEX is stands for centralized exchange, and you can see from an exchange perspective. So I'm pretty sure some of you are probably familiar with Robinhood. Robinhood's up here too. Robinhood's actually fourth on the list, and you can see that most of the inflows and outflows are going through Binance. Right. If you're American, you're not able to use Binance. So this pretty much tells me that from a FinTech perspective, the majority of people that are currently participating in FinTech are outside the United States, right? Because I know for a fact that Americans cannot use Binance. This tells me the majority of the people that's participating in this particular discipline are outside the US, right? Same thing for OKX. You have to do what we refer to as KYC, know your customer. Americans can't use OKX. So I know for a fact the top two, maybe three, because I'm not too familiar with Bitfinex. So the top two I know for a fact can't be used by Americans. That tells me the majority of the capital is in FinTech is performed outside the United States. So that's a great tool. Other tools on the left hand side, I ask that you because this is actually ties into our assignment for this module. So I ask that you go through each one of these tabs to kind of familiarize yourself with the different types of data that you will see within the fintech space. Once again, I can go through all these. It'll take an hour. So just navigate through it. The only way you're going to understand it is to navigate it. That was a very short lecture. Hope it was helpful. Until next time.